I'm Richard Drummond. I'm head of a division in core Defra, working in central London. I'm head of a group handling a number of different animal health policy areas, and a very important one is our relationships with the veterinary profession. The rules for disciplinary committees are set out in the Veterinary Surgeons Act, and so to change the way that the committees are put together required a change to the Act, and the only way we could do that was to use the LRO. Our legal advice was that the only other option that might have been available, which was to remake the Veterinary Surgeons Act, would have been a very long and complex process. The driver for change really came initially from the EFRA Select Committee, which is the committee that looks at Defra's government business, who had identified back in 2008 that the disciplinary process needed to be modernised. And separately from that, both the college itself and we at Defra had been receiving a number of comments and letters and complaints about certain aspects of the disciplinary process. So it seemed sensible to bring all that together and to press ahead with a change. And we were very keen in Defra that we would run it as a joint project with colleagues from the college. It seemed to us the sensible thing to do. It was a policy that was going to affect all of us, and particularly in the college itself. And we were very glad we did that. The team approach worked extremely well for two reasons. Firstly, because it gave us an insight into how the college carries out its business, and although obviously we had some degree of insight into that before the project, we were able to meet round the table and to discuss in real time some of the problems and issues that might arise or could arise, and how we could then shape policy to make sure that we dealt with that at an early stage. We consulted with a wide range of people in the general public, not just the animal owners themselves, but other people who would have a legitimate interest. It's true to say, I think, that the vast majority of people who replied were very positive about what we were doing. Well, I think there will be three major facets to the new arrangements that come in. The first will be that for the first time, because members of the disciplinary committees will be drawn from a wider pool of veterinary surgeons, we will have a number of different perspectives being brought into the whole process, and I think that's very healthy. Secondly, because of the new constitution of the committees, we'll have a far greater number of people who are not veterinarians sitting on the committees, and I think that again will be extremely useful. It's a key driver for wanting to make the changes, and certainly the feedback we had during consultation was that people viewed this as an extremely positive and healthy development. And I think the third thing will be that we will see that cases will be handled in a much more timely fashion, and by that I mean that the process from start to finish should be capable of being followed through much more quickly than is currently the case. Yes, I do. I do believe that the LRO, by introducing the changes to the disciplinary committees, is bound to increase public confidence. What will be key is that people understand how the process works, who is involved in making the judgments on various complaints, and how the assessments are reached. And I think if people understand that better, they will be much more confident that the assessment has been carried out properly, even if they don't agree with the outcome of it. And I think that's the important point. We're all conscious of the fact that we need to modernise the arrangements so that there is a continuing public confidence in what veterinary surgeons do and how the college regulates what veterinary surgeons do. I think the steps that have been identified through the First Rate Regulator initiative will bring those about, and we in Defra look forward to working very closely with the college as that policy evolves.